Thank you are. Hey, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to the second episode of Vonza Unlocked. I am super excited to be here. So if you missed the very first episode, make sure you guys go back and watch that. You can watch it on all platforms, but we are covering all of the insider secrets to making money online for all of my creators, my entrepreneurs, and coaches. So make sure you guys are tapped in. And of course, make sure you are sharing this and tagging your business besties, all of that good stuff. But I have a special guest for you guys today. Everybody loves, a good rags to riches story. And I am super excited to interview. Let me just bring them in here really quickly. But the founder of Vonza. So let's bring him up here really quickly. Can you guys see
Hi,
him?
hi.
Hey, guys, you see the brilliant Uyi Abraham, doctor. Gotta put the doctor in front of there, right?
That's
Um,
good. Let's do it.
so welcome. It only makes sense that you
Yes.
are, my very first guest for Vonza Unlocked. And we're going to be doing a mixture of, bringing guests on as well as me teaching you guys something so you guys can get all of the tea and make sure that you are scaling your businesses. So welcome. Let people know what exactly is Vonza for all the
Yeah.
people that are in New York.
Thank you, Lenisha. I'm so honored to be on your show and honored to be your first guest as well. And I watched your last episode and it was amazing. You are really, really amazing at this. So
Thank
you
you.
are kind of the Vonza Oprah. So
I love it.
you know so this is so good. So everybody, thank you for coming on. So in case you don't know about me, I'm Uyi Abraham. So I'm the founder and CEO of Vonza.com. I think on this Friday, at the time of watching, is at the time of recording, Vonza is going to be officially 4 years old. So before then, I came to America with just $100 and a suitcase of clothes in search of the American dream. I came here because I wanted to initially be a medical doctor. But coming to America, I had some difficult times and challenges that kind of just put that dream on hold. And I found myself doing kind of jobs and really struggling financially. At one point, Alicia, I even was homeless. So I was sleeping in my car, sleeping on friends' couches, and just trying to figure out life until I stumbled upon entrepreneurship, and starting multiple businesses. I failed in some businesses as well until I knew that the best way to really, really have financial freedom, it's not in the brick and mortar businesses. 'Cause I tried some. I once had a restaurant and I know how hard it was, working 12 hours a day. I once had a print shop. I know how hard it was. If I don't open the shop, I don't make money. So when I stumbled upon online business, that wow, in the comfort of my home, I could just make money, help people experience financial freedom, without having to go open a store, lock a store, sweep the floor, all of that thing that come with having a physical business. It was a game changer. So to your question, why I started Vonza.com. So I think it was around 2019, right? At the time, I was selling courses and coaching programs. And I just became really overwhelmed by using so many different tools to run my business online. I was literally spending like $1,000 a month between tools and VAs and in the Philippines and everything around. So my business was just all over the place. So I felt like there got to be a better, easier, simpler way for a entrepreneur or a creator or a coach to run their business online. As at 2019, there was really no all-in-one platform. It was only Kajabi that was the all-in-one platform. Everybody was just like, this is what we do, this is what we do. We do scheduling, or we do forms, so we are email, we're MailChimp, whatever, or everyone just all over the place. So, but God just gave me that vision to create a really simple to use all-in-one platform that will enable anybody with a dream to easily launch their business online. So that's how and why Vonza got started. So Vonza is the platform for creators, right? We just empower creators, coaches, entrepreneurs to easily run their business online and make money. And to be honest, I mean, what's the end goal of entrepreneurship is really to make money and to serve your customers, and that's really what we do at Vonza. So I'm really glad to be here with you today.
Yay! And I have been rocking with Vonza for a very long time, since like almost the beginning. So I've seen the progress and how it has grown, and I love it. I use it all the time, just about every single day for the most part, because that is where one of my businesses it's on that platform, and it just makes things so much easier. So guys, if you have not looked into Vonza and you're thinking about it, just go ahead. Just go to Vonza.com and you can try it out for free, and start seeing how it can benefit your business. But you mentioned, and like I know your story, and I learned a couple of things just there
Yeah,
that I did not know about you. But well, a lot of people think that the very first business that they start, like, and of course you go into it thinking, we're going to make a lot of money. This is it.
yeah,
This is what's going to be that changes my life. Like, can you talk a little bit more about that journey and how the first business is not necessarily going to be the one that takes you
exactly.
to that millionaire status, because
Yeah.
Vonza is $1 million tech company now.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good question, because a lot of people they just feel because they just listen to all these online gurus online that just tell them just start a business today and you become a billionaire or trillionaire tomorrow. It doesn't always work like that. Just like anything new, like when you have a child, right? Start from the sperm, then become a baby, and they start crawling and start walking. And it takes about maybe 18 years really before that child becomes an adult, right? But in business, we don't want to even give it 18 months. We just feel like it's just going to grow so fast and stuff like that. I mean, some people, they have that, some people can go viral, right? Or they just have this special favor on their life, whereby they just start something and just grows. For most of us, it's not like that. We have to put in the work, put in the grind, and just keep learning and making things better. My very first business, I was in America. I was designing websites for people, right? I was only charging $400 to design a website for people, right? But that did not get me to millionaire status. But I started with something, right? From website design, started in photography, videography, started learning different things here and there before I became like a coach and a consultant, and now owning tech companies and stuff like that. But the key is that I got to where I am today because I started with something, right? Maybe somebody's watching right now and you feel like you got to wait for this or wait for that, or you got to just have everything perfect. Life doesn't always work like that, right? You got to start with something. Maybe for you right now, maybe it's to sell a digital course, or maybe it's to sell an ebook for $27, right? Or maybe it's to sell some coaching templates for $5. It doesn't matter what it is, right? The key for you, the person watching today, is you got to start with something. Start where you are, right? And where you are is not always going to be where you're going to end up, but just start something, sell something, put something out there for people to buy. I believe, Lanisha, that every human need a product to sell. I don't care if you have a 9 to 5 job. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a trillionaire. Every person need a product to sell, because because people want to buy things every day, right? I mean, we buy things every day. We pay for gas, we pay for food, we pay for the bed we sleep, we pay for this and that and the other, right? So somebody's creating something that we are buying from, right? So what about if we also create something that somebody will buy from? And that's what Vonza really and does so well, right? By really creating a simple platform that anybody with a dream, with an idea, with inspiration to create anything can create something. They can create a course, they can create a membership program, they can create a community, right? Someone just told me yesterday that she did her first $5,000 on Bonza, and she just created a community for a neighborhood, right? So like their neighbor, they have a homeowner association. So she
Mm-hmm.
created a community for it's a tennis community. So they created a community, like a membership community for the tennis players in the neighborhood, right? And she already monetized it to $5,000, right? So that she didn't have a physical product. It's just about bringing people together that were willing to like come together and pay for support and coaching and stuff like that. So everyone have something to sell and everyone have something to offer to people. So I don't know if that was a long answer to your question, but I wanted to
No,
just
you
drop
got it.
some
You got
extra
it.
nuggets on that.
Yeah, you definitely did answer it. And you touched on something, especially when it comes down to delaying your success. A lot of times, I think there's two reasons. The first reason that people delay their success is obviously their belief system,
Yeah.
and not believing enough in themselves to actually get started. But the second thing is a lot of people think that they can't start because they don't have the money to do so. So, how did you get started with Vonza or whatever, your earlier businesses as well? Because as we know, when you hear tech, you also think that's a lot of money. So
Yeah.
how did you get started and get the funding that you needed to start and get Vonza up and running?
Excellent question. So I'm going to answer it two ways, right? My very first business, I was a website designer. I was designing websites for people, right? I did not have money to start it. So the good thing was that a friend of mine, it was my birthday. And on my birthday was like, hey, I'm not going to give you a gift, but I'm just going to give you a website template. This was like 2003, 2004. At that time, there was no WordPress, no Vonza, nothing. You had to learn like templates and front page and all of that kind of stuff. So they gave me that gift, so I learned how to design a website myself. And then I started creating websites for people, for churches, for organizations. So that's how I learned it. I didn't need funding. I just learned a skill. And the reason why I want to share that before I talk about Vonza is that somebody might be watching right now and they feel like they need a lot of money to start a business. Sometimes you starting a business is you just learning a skill and then just monetizing that skill. Maybe you can learn how to design graphics and you can start selling that service to people. Maybe you can learn how to do editing or do whatever it is, right? So you can still launch a business just by learning a skill and then you selling the skill, because business is really an exchange. You offering something that people are paying you for. It could be a physical product, a digital product, a service, or or people just pay you for your idea, which is or your ability to solve problems, which is also called consulting, right? So I didn't start with money with that. I just learned a skill, got a customer that will pay me, and I delivered the website, I got paid. So that's how I kind of started with that. Then with Vonza, um, we've never had funding. We've only had two people, our competitors, who have raised multi-million dollars, right, from traditional venture capital. So I just really started with my money, right? I've always just when I want to solve a big problem, I always try to figure out what's the first step, right? I'm not a tech person in terms of I'm not a software engineer. So when I had the idea for Vonza, the first step is that who can help me build it? There's a book called Who, Not How. It's a very, very good book, right? So the book really talks about instead of trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that, how to, instead of think of who can help me, right? Just like with Vonza Unlocked, right? In the past, I was the one trying to be doing this and doing that. It was not effective, right? Look at that beautiful smile, Anisha. I don't know how to smile like that, right? So imagine me trying to do what you are gifted in, naturally gifted in, right? It doesn't work like that, right? So
Yes,
with Vonza
absolutely.
Unlocked, so the question was who, right? Who can do this so well and have fun doing it? And it was Lanisha, right?
Well,
So
I'm glad you thought of me.
yeah, so the same thing with Vonza, so it was who. So I was able to find a software engineer who's been with us from day one, who's also a partner to Vonza. And then from one person, we started adding a second person, third person, started reinvesting some the money from our customers back into the business. And we had two people who gave us little money here and there. Other than that, we've not had traditional funding, right? So Vonza is still considered bootstrapped. That means you've not received traditional funding. And one of the reasons why it's not like we didn't try. Sadly, only less than 1% of Black and brown founders get traditional funding. So for whatever reason, they just don't give money to Black and brown founders like they give to other communities. So we tried, we didn't get the funding, and we just decided, okay, we're going to just keep serving our customers, helping people, and then just keep reinvesting, you know, income from the business back to grow into the business. Yeah. So software is extremely expensive to build, right? But we got here by just tenacity, never giving up, serving customers, keep improving the product, and just keep reinvesting income from the business back into the business.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, guys, you heard that. Like when you make your money in your business, you can't just pull it out. You have to make sure that you're reinvesting it back in there so it can keep growing, right? Awesome. I absolutely love that, especially touching on the point where, and not only just like, you know, Black and brown, but women in general
Yeah.
too. Like we have a hard time getting funding. So bootstrapping, my businesses are all bootstrapped as well. So I get it. It's definitely a grind. So tell all of the Vonza insiders, what were some of the biggest mistakes that you have made in business? So, we can avoid making them ourselves.
Ooh, good question. So, oh, good, good. All right. So this is the Vonza Oprah. All right, let's go. Okay.
Yes. No, we
Good
are all
question.
about, not sugarcoating anything. I want the
Right.
raw, I want the tea, I want all of the juiciness.
Okay. Ooh, okay. You're gonna get the tea and the raw stuff. Okay. I've made several mistakes because I've been an entrepreneur for about 20 years. All right. So let me think of some of the biggest ones. Number one was not having a mentor. That's the biggest one. Because a mentor have pretty much done what you're trying to do. They already can guide you and say, hey, there's potholes over here. There's a deer on the road over there. There's a cop over there trying to give people tickets. So avoid this, avoid that, so you can do better. I didn't really see the importance because I'm a pretty smart guy, so I'm pretty intelligent. So I just rely so much on my intelligence. But there's something intelligence can never take the place of, which is experience, right? Intelligence can never take the place of experience. I didn't have the experience, but I had the intelligence, so I made a lot of mistakes. So the biggest one is not having a mentor or a coach before launching any businesses I've done, including Vonza. The second biggest mistake would be not having a good team, right? I tried so hard for a long time trying to do everything myself, right? And then it really slowed me down, slowed businesses down because there's a limit to what I can do, right? So if anybody's starting anything right now, I don't care how big or small it is, right? You should try to have a team, right? I don't care if it's one or two people, and people always feel like they need money to pay people. You'll be surprised that people really follow vision more than they follow money, right? If you can sell a good vision to people, you'll be surprised people are willing to volunteer, help you, support you until your business start doing well. So not really prioritizing having a good team, right, was a big mistake because I did too much for a long time by myself and really stood everything down. I would say maybe another big mistake I've made over the years, again, there has been several, is really trusting people too much too. Because you're going to have a team. I think President Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify, right? Having a team and not really looking at what they are doing, Not really. I mean, you don't need to micromanage them, but you need to kind of watch on what people are doing. Sometimes people are people. They're gonna get
Yeah.
sidetracked. They're gonna be sometimes just not doing what they need to do. So you got to make sure there's systems in place to make sure that even the manager is being managed, right? Because managers need to be managed too, right? So I would say those are some of the three biggest mistakes that I think I've made. Right, that if I could do it all over again, I'll get a mentor, I will get a team, I'll make sure I have better systems in place to make sure that everybody and everything is going in alignment.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Now, there's different levels that are watching this, right? We got our people that are just starting out. We got the people that are trying to scale to 6 or 7 figures. And there is a big difference between scaling from 6 figures to 7 figures. Can you give one tip for each? A tip for scaling to 6 figures and then a tip for scaling to seven.
Awesome. So scaling to six figures, usually that's going to just be you, right? Because six figures is about 8,500 to about $10,000 a month, right? You're not ready for a team yet. You're not ready for complicated stuff yet, right? So it's just you optimizing yourself, right? Do you have a job? So that means you have limited time for your business, or are you doing this full time? So if you're doing it full time, so that means you have to be to structure yourself. So to get to six figures, it's gonna have to be you. You have to be better optimized in what you do. That includes like getting enough sleep, waking up early, really working hard, right? That's one thing people don't want to hear anymore, Lanisha. People just want to just put something out there and it just goes viral and they make $1 million overnight. It doesn't
Right.
always happen like that, right? So you gotta be everything. You are the salesperson, you are the operations person, you are the delivery person, you are the manager and everything, and you have to also manage yourself, right? But if there's one skill that is very, very necessary to be able to really hit consistent, in fact, three, if you don't mind, that can really help anybody hit consistent six figures, 10K a month. Number one is the mindset. You got to really, really work on your mindset, right? You got to let go of limiting beliefs and fear and overthinking and trying to make everything perfect and all of that kind of stuff. So it's really a mindset issues. You got to really work on your mindset. That's very, very, very important, right? Number two skill is you got to learn how to sell, right? Because I always tell my team, if you know how to sell, you will never suffer in your life. You will never suffer a day in your life if you know how to sell, because no matter how hard things are, you will figure out something to sell and you're going to be all right. So, number two, you have to learn how to sell. I've spent literally hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years just to sell better, right? How do I sell better? How do I communicate the vision, the clarity of the offer, right? I still spend like 3 to 4 hours every day, minimally in my self-development, in seeing skills I need to improve on, right? So mindset, number two, be selling, right? Number three is get a coach. You need a coach, you need a mentor, you need somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to stress you, somebody you can also just copy from, closing, not just looking outside in. When you're looking from the outside, there's a lot you're not going to see. But you're looking in from the inside, you can see more, right? So those are going to be top three things from going to six figures. Now, going from 6 to 7 figures, number one is going to be a coach or a mentor, definitely. The number two is that you're gonna need a team, right? You need a team now to scale. And then you also gonna need systems and SOP, right? And number four, you're going to need a compelling vision, right? To get to $1 million, you're gonna need a team. To get from $1 to $10 million. Now you need more than a team and systems. You need a vision. You need managers now, right? So that's kind of where it is, But sadly, people just want to go from 0 to 7 figures. It doesn't work like that. You got to first hit your first 5K, your first 10K, your first six-figure year or six-figure months, right? Now you're ready for 7 figures. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. So you kind of touched a little on this already, but what does you and I you and I have talked so many times throughout the years, and I've noticed that as you, as well as other people that I admire, kind of all say the same thing. So, what is your morning success ritual?
Wow, really good. So, yeah, mine is I usually spend time in meditation, right? So that I wake up in the morning. I'm not as consistent as I want to be honest with you. That's one of the weakest part of my life, honestly, because the perfect morning for me would be, then I'll tell you what I kind of do right now. The perfect morning for me would be to really spend 2 3 hours in my morning ritual, right? So that will include like, praying, meditation, reading, then also to exercising. Let's say 2 hours, right? That's the perfect money. But most of the time, I'm still kind of lazy when it comes to exercising, to be honest with you. So right now, I just do like 20 minutes meditation, silent meditation in the morning. I do read in the morning and silent meditation. And then I just do visualization as well. And then when I'm not too lazy, I do some exercise for about 35, 40 minutes. Then when I'm lazy, then I just start walking, right? So I'm
Okay.
a workaholic. I love walking. So then I wake up, I'm itchy to get on my computer
Work?
and walk, right? So that's part of my challenge too, but I do, but meditation is one of the biggest thing I do in terms of my morning ritual, silent meditation. Now people do multiple style, whatever, but I like silent because for me, my mind is always going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I try to like give it at least 20 minutes a day, where as much as possible, it's still, right? And then I get some of my biggest ideas during my meditation time.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that consistency with the working out. I try. I try. It's a work in progress for me too, so I
Yeah,
get it. So, what is one of the biggest myths that you think is out there when it comes down to being an entrepreneur?
that is going to happen overnight. Yeah, that's one of the biggest one. As I tell people now, before you start a business, if you're not willing to commit anything in life, if you're not willing to commit 12 months minimally, don't even do it. So usually I even tell my private clients 5 years now. 5 years. Okay, you want to do this thing. Do you see yourself doing this 5 years from now? Or is it just a quick money grab for you? Right? So
Yeah.
1 to 5 years, you got to stick to one thing and really give it time. If you have the right thing, though, right? But if you're just kind of experimenting, of course, you're going to kind of switch and test everything. But once you figure out that thing that you feel like could be that thing, you got to give it 1 to 5 years and stay consistent at it and don't change it.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of times when we have our ups and downs, and those downs sometimes knock you off that consistency. So,
Right.
yeah, but you got to keep going. And it is all about the commitment level. So, because
Yeah.
that commitment level is what's going to get you over those hurdles when they come. Okay, so we are almost done. So, a couple of personal questions I got
Okay.
for you. So, I know that you travel, and a lot of it is for business. But what is your favorite place that you have been to so far?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hands down is I've been to over maybe 30 countries minimally. My favorite is Bangkok, Thailand. And
Okay. I
even
saw
today,
your
I don't
stories.
know why
I
you're
saw
asking me
your
this
posts.
question now, because even today I was like, man, I need to figure out a time together where I want to go back to Bangkok, Thailand this year. I love Bangkok, Thailand. That's my favorite place. Then
All right.
secondly, with Nigeria, where I'm from.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Last question. I got to get a button for this, but it's not really a question. We're going to play two truths and a lie. And for all of my insiders, your job is to make sure that you leave a comment and let us know which one you think is the lie. So give us two truths and one lie to close things out. And of course, make sure that you let us know or let all of the Vonza, Vonza insiders know where they can find you.
All right, you said two truths and one
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Okay, geez. Okay, so two truths will be everything
Oh, no,
works.
no, you can't tell what the truths are. You have to mix it up so that way people can guess which one the lie is.
Oh, I have to tell two truths and
And
one
one lie.
lie, and
And
then
then our Vonza insiders
in the
will
comment, they have to say which one is the truth and which one is a lie.
that yeah, they just need to say which one is the lie in the comments.
Oh God, this
So
is
don't
this.
tell us what you can't tell us which is which.
Okay, I see. Oh my God. Okay, I wish I had some more time before coming so I can think of what the truth and a lie is. Okay. Uh,
I know I caught you off
okay.
guard. That's the whole point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay. I exercise every day. Hey, I don't know if I can do this. I really got.
Come on, you
Uh,
got this. You got this.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Exercise every day. Uh, two truths. Uh, okay. I got three kids. Uh, I eat. I'm a vegetarian.
Okay. All right. So you guys got it. If you have been paying attention, all the way through, you already know which one is the lie. So make sure that you comment below and let us know which one you think is the lie. Now, where can everyone find you? And of course, how can they get their free trial of Vonza?
Good question. So everybody, you can find me at vonza.com, right? I'm also on Instagram at Uyi Abraham. If you put my name there, there are some fake accounts there, but if you look properly, you're gonna probably find the real one, which is me, which is at Uyi Abraham. Uyi Abraham, which is at UYI Abraham, right? Then also to Vonza. So Vonza, you can absolutely start free. We have a 14-day free trial, 14-day free account. So you can just go to vonza.com, which is V for Victor, VONZA, vonza.com, and get started today. Doesn't matter if you are a coach, you're a consultant, or you just like a mom, or you just like this person that just shared with me how she made $5,000 by creating a community for our neighborhood, right? There's so many ways to monetize money, so monetize online, right? You could sell an ebook, you could sell a course, you could sell a community, you could sell coaching services, doesn't matter. Everybody needs to have a product or something to sell, right? So, and Vonza makes it easy for you to sell online, make money, and serve customers.
Awesome. Now, guys, that is a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning into Vonza Unlocked. And please, please, please make sure that you guys are sharing this on your platforms, tagging someone that you think that needs to watch this episode, and of course, share it. Also, save it. Yeah, all that good stuff. But thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week on Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, I
Bye.
think somebody just
Oh.
just said exercise every day is a lie. But
Yes, yes, yes.
there
Oh,
are
actually, there's a couple of comments here that my bad, guys. I forgot to check them as things were going.
yeah. I think yeah, that was right. 'Cause I think it seemed like the what's it called now? The comments have like a 2 minutes delay. So when people
Oh, okay.
comment, there's a delay. Yeah, yeah. Nita, you're right. I need to do better with exercising every day. Yeah.
All right, guys. See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.